Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is going to be your ultimate guide to not only build, but also upgrade the Wind Staff in Origins. We'll start off with a little bit of gameplay of the non-upgraded version of the staff. In my opinion, the Wind Staff has to be the one that just feels the best to use, because if a zombie is near you and you fire off that single shot, it's gonna blast it into space. Like, this thing sends out a powerful shockwave that is gonna kill things in your proximity. But if you're looking for something that's going to kill zombies that are a bit further away, then you might want to consider one of the other staffs. The upgrade for this is similar, I suppose, to the ice staff in the sense that you kind of create a bit of a tornado area of effect type thing, and it's pretty cool, but we'll get to that at the end of the video when I show you a bit more gameplay. Here is a quick overview of the steps that we're going to be covering in this guide. For the regular staff, we're going to collect the Gramophone and the associated records. We'll also be collecting 3 staff fragments and the gem for the staff, and then we'll be able to craft it. And once that's done, we can get working on upgrading the staff, which in my opinion is actually a fairly easy process. Essentially, we match some symbols and then pretty much just shoot 3 things in the map. It's that easy. We'll then be able to align the 115 amplification rings and, I guess, kill some zombies to finish the upgrade process off. To get started, we need to collect several different objects, and 2 of them, the Gramophone and the black record, are actually shared across all of the staffs. The Gramophone can be found to the left or right of the wooden table in the top area of the mound. Once you've grabbed that, come out of the mound and check the following 3 locations for the black record. One possible spawn is in a wheelbarrow on top of the mound. Another spawn is just around a corner from that first spawn, actually, on the wooden walkway just behind this sign. And the final spawn is actually round the back of the mound nearby the path that goes towards the church. Once you've got those 2 items, you'll be able to place them down on the table that you originally collected the Gramophone at, and the chamber below you will open. Now, it's very important that you remember that it's good zombies etiquette to pick up your Gramophone when you're done using it. Don't leave it behind. Don't be that guy. Or girl. As we're going to be building the Wind Staff, we need to also find the yellow record, and there are 3 possible spawn locations for it. All 3 of the spawns are over by Generator 5. One of them is going to be inside the lightning tunnel itself, on a desk just to the left as you're actually entering the tunnel. Another possible spawn is above ground this time, on a stack of boxes on the right side, just next to a burning cart. And the 3rd and final possible spawn is on a broken wall, really close to the stamina machine. Just face the stamina machine and look a little to the right, and that's the last possible spawn. Now that you have the black record, and the yellow record, and the Gramophone, go to the tunnel that is near the Juggernog machine, so that's at Generator 4, and place that Gramophone down on the wooden table right at the bottom of the tunnel. A portal will open up and it will transport you to the crazy place. By the way, you do need to go through this particular tunnel for this particular step. Once you're in the crazy place, go over to the newly opened wind altar that should be yellow and available to you now, and pick up the yellow gem that should be there waiting for you. Next up, we need 3 separate staff fragments, and they're all fairly easy to access, but you do need pretty much the entire map opened up in order to be able to get them. The reason for that is that the 3 parts are actually scattered across the 3 heads of the giant robots. In case you don't know how to get into the giant robot's head, I'm going to very quickly explain. If there's a single robot coming towards you, you need to shoot the yellow ring on the bottom of one of its feet. That will open a door on its foot, and when that door slams on you, it will transport you into the robot's head. If there are 3 robots coming, watch out, because only one of the feet across all of those 3 robots will actually be openable. The rest of the feet across all of the robots will just be a flat metal surface that will quite happily squish you if you end up underneath it. Unless you've got the golden helmet, but that's a topic for another video. So, 1 staff part in each robot, so you're going to need to go through all of the 3 robots, and if you get unlucky and the same robot keeps coming over and over again, then you're just going to have to wait it out. So, now, assuming you already picked up the gem that I mentioned earlier on, and you've picked up the 3 staff parts, you can now go down into the base of the mound to the 4 staff holders, go up to the yellow one, and craft your staff. Remember, by the way, that you're not going to be able to pick up 2 elemental staffs at once. Congratulations, you got your staff! Now, let's get to work upgrading it. Using your Gramophone, return to the crazy place and bring your wind staff with you. you're going to need it to shoot several symbols on the ceiling in the wind staff area of the crazy place. When you shoot a symbol on a given ring, it's going to rotate that very ring, and all you've got to do is make the symbols that I've highlighted in the green column here on this graphic match up with the symbols that I've got on the left side of the graphic. It has to be that particular column, and you've just got to make sure that that particular column, which is, I suppose, the nearest one to you if you're facing the teleporter that you came in from, that column needs to match the pattern that I've given you here. By the way, this image is from chronorium.com, my zombies website, so it's on there and linked in the description down below if you ever want to refer back to it in the future. When that's done, you'll get an audio cue, and you can then go back above ground out of the crazy place to do the second part of the upgrade process. Dotted around the map are 3 smoking chimneys that have smoke coming out, as the name suggests, and what you're going to be doing is using your wind staff to redirect that smoke. You actually need to point the smoke towards the mound, and all we've got to do to make that happen is get a straight line between us, the chimney, and the mound, and then shoot the chimney once, and it should redirect the smoke. The first chimney I'll be showing you is opposite the jug machine by the wall gun at generator 4. Just get behind it, look towards the mound, shoot it with your wind staff, and you should see the smoke get redirected towards it. Bear in mind that if you're at slightly the wrong angle, the smoke might get redirected into the wrong direction, so make sure your line is spot on, give it a shot with your wind staff, and you should be all good. To get the second chimney, you need to come to the basement of the church and actually leave from the back along the mud slope where the tank returns after it's just been on a journey. Run up that little slope, and on the right side, just as you pass a skull and crossbones sign, you should see the smoking chimney. Once you've got that one directed the right way, keep running along that path and actually head over to the Stamina Up machine. And if you're facing Stamina Up and you edge just slightly to your left, you should see a crack in the wall in front of you, and you should be able to see the third and final chimney. You'll be able to shoot it, redirect that smoke, and once you've done all 3, you'll get a sound cue and you'll be ready to move on. Once that's done, make your way back over to the mound and head down the stairs. There are several levers in this area that you can use to rotate the 115 amplification rings. Assuming you did all the chimney stuff correctly, you should see a yellow ball of energy floating in the bottom center of those rings. And what you're going to want to do is rotate all of the rings in that room so that the lights on them are all yellow. Obviously, if any of them aren't yellow, just start cranking those levers, and once you get one of them yellow, move on to the next lever, etc. When they're all yellow, go down to the very bottom and shoot that yellow ball of energy with your wind staff. It should fly up into the air, and it will then go down into the crazy place. You're going to want to take your staff and head down there after it. This final part of the upgrade process requires you to charge your staff by killing zombies in the crazy place while your staff is resting in its holder. Very similar to the end of Der Eisendrache's bow upgrades, where you have to charge your bow. So once you're in the crazy place and you're ready to get this kicked off, put your staff into the altar where you picked your gem up earlier in your game and start killing zombies. A pro tip for this is that you can actually kill zombies in any area of the crazy place. It doesn't just have to be the middle or anything like that. The souls will still travel to your holder, so if you feel safer camping near one of the teleporters or something like that, then feel free to do so. And if you've already watched my fire staff upgrade guide and feel like filling up some cauldrons, then you can do that now, multitask, and save yourself a little bit of time. Once you've killed enough zombies, you should see a pop-up on the top left-hand corner of your screen saying that the staff is complete, essentially. It'll be a white glow around the outline of the staff, and in your inventory, if you bring it up with your middle button on your controller, you should be able to see that it's done as well. You can go over to it, pick it up, assuming you don't already have a staff in your hand, and happy days, you've got access to BOREAS' Fury. As usual with the upgraded staves, this comes with some extra benefits. For example, you get a new melee attack in the form of a knife on the end of the staff, and you get access to Sekhmet's Vigor, which allows you to revive teammates from a distance using the back end of the staff, and that's accessed via the D-pad. Let's focus for a moment, though, on the upgraded shot that we now have access to as well. If you're looking for something to just lock down an area and essentially kill everything in as large a radius as you can manage, then this is probably the stuff for you, because the AoE effect is pretty damn big, I think it's safe to say, and it's pretty damn good at killing zombies as well. However, over the years, the wind staff has built up a reputation for making zombies turn invisible. It was an old glitch back in the original game, and it wasn't a very fun one either. I mean, imagine if you had an invisible panzer running at you. Probably not ideal. Moreover, in my opinion, I feel like something like the fire staff would be much more preferable if I was trying to kill panzers specifically, so that's something I suppose to bear in mind. But you never know. Maybe you know something that I don't, and if that's the case, then let me know in the comments down below. Or, if you agree with everything that I've said, go and let me know that as well. Also, consider subscribing for more crystal clear guides just like this one, with all the usual nonsense removed. In fact, on the screen right now, I'm going to have links to my 3 other Origins staff guides and my main Origins Easter egg guide, so feel free to click on over to any of those, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them just as much as you enjoyed this one. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. Bye-bye!